Hello, 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 Leos. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. My name is Patty, and I'm here to do your intuitive tarot. We're not going to waste a lot of time, so this is for the week of the 24th through the 30th. We are at the end of May, guys. This is a powerful week because we've got a full moon, we've got 3 retrogrades going on. We have a lunar eclipse. And so these energies are really, really intense. So if you're watching this between, let's see, the 26th is that. So I would say the 23rd through the 3rd, let's see, June 3rd, maybe June 2nd. These energies are going to be really strong, and you're probably going to be I feel a lot of conflict going on. So, or like a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of not knowing what's going on, or it's like, why am I feeling this way? So you might have those energies going on during that time. So don't be surprised. I'm going to be, for those that are brand new, be pulling 3 oracles here. So I do my tarot a little differently because a lot of mine is good morning, Felix, or good afternoon, actually, for you guys over there. My tarot is a little different for those that are new. Mine is divine driven and divine guided. So I pull one oracle for the divine because that's his message to you, whatever that is for today or this week. I am doing dailies, guys. So if you like the dailies, make sure you keep liking those. You probably want to subscribe, hit the bell to know when those are loaded. But those are Monday through Friday for right now. And we'll see how that goes for a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks. And then we'll see if we keep them going. So let's get started. So first oracle again is for the divine. Second one is for the current energies. Third one is for future energies. However, I look at these future energies more planetary. And with all the things that are going on right now, I am definitely looking at those because we have a lot of energies going on. It is going to be a real challenge for this next couple of weeks because of the 3 retrogrades all coming up. And one is already active. We've got 2 more coming up. And when those are in line with what the sun and the moon and the earth are doing, it's crazy, the crazy energy. So be kind to yourself and know if you're really feeling off of sorts that that is the planets. That definitely is the planets. Oh, wow. Yeah. These are interesting today. These are actually, I've not seen this first one, so I'm going to have to read it because I haven't seen it for a while. But I believe it has to do with what you're praying for. So we have the first card out is the Divines, which is the number 4. And that is the spirit of place. Now, with the number 4, as I told you, I go into astrology and numerology as well as the intuitive, whatever messages I'm getting from divine or whoever he sends over. The number 4 is about stability in your foundation, your core foundation. And so he's trying to make you think about your core values, your core integrity, core, whatever it is the most important to your priorities to you. This is where he's really trying to get you to think of, okay? So really start thinking, is it, sometimes we forget, even at my age, we get going so fast in life. I had somebody recently ask me, so what is it that you really want, in the next 2-3 years? And I really had to think because I haven't had to sit down and do that because I've been just going, working. And I'm doing tarot. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't even thought about what I want in the next 2-3 years. And I had to sit for about a week and pray and meditate. God, I really don't know what I want. And it's like, okay, it took me a little bit. I want to travel, but I also would like to find a partner that would love to do that as well. And those kind of things. So I really had to reevaluate. So sometimes he pulls us to sit down and figure things out again. And he does that on a frequent basis because things are changing all the time, especially through the pandemic. That has changed a lot of our lives through the pandemic. So number 4 is about figuring out your core foundation and things like that. So, but because it's the spirit of place, and I've forgotten, because I'm a boomer, as my daughter reminded me this morning before she headed off to work, it says our ancient ancestors believed that every place has a spirit looking after it or embodying it. Just as we have a soul, the plants, trees, birds, mountains, and rivers have their own essences. Yes, because they are also energy. That's what this is trying to say, is everything has an energy. Everything has, well, I don't believe everything has a spirit. However, But it says, when the spirit of place arrives in your reading, it says that the answer to your query is in the overarching theme of your circumstances. So if your question is about struggle, the answer is to relax and let go of the need to control the situation. Very interesting, isn't it? So if your inquiry relates to finding love, then embody love rather than longing for it. So sometimes when we focus on things way too much, we become that thought process rather than letting it go. It's sort of like when you least expect it kind of a thing. So once you find the essence of truth that underlies your question and then name it, you'll discover the answer you've been seeking. Your greatest power is authenticity. So that's what the divine is asking. What is your authenticity? Do you know what it is? Do you know what you want? Do you know where you want to go? That kind of a thing. So really pay attention to that this week, because that's the divine's message to somebody out there. I don't know who's been looking and searching for that. Because your current energy here, I can see why he's saying that, because the current energy card is the number 9, and this means to really intensely focus in on something, to focus in on maybe what you should be doing. And because somebody's a little lost out there on really knowing where they want to go, it's sort of like my daughter, she's contemplating on changing jobs or taking a break so she can focus in on something that she wants to do, rather than going in circles, taking job after job after job after job and not knowing, because it brings an emptiness or a sadness into us, because that's not us. That's not our authenticity. That's not what we want, what we desire, where we're going. And it's throwing our foundation off and making it unstable, which is the number 5. Okay, so, and the reason why I want you to focus in on this, because this theme is really important this week because of the planets and what's going on. Here's why. Third card, future card, is follow the leader. This keeps showing up this week, and it is also the number 4. This number 4 is a double number. This is starting to pay attention to your foundation. Pay attention to where your stability is. Pay attention. Maybe we have to shift gears. Maybe we have to go a different way. Maybe we have to adjust something or alter something, or maybe we have to eliminate something. Because here's the thing, in the other reading that had this, the divine told me, because this was the first card in the last reading, is that we need to know who we're following. Follow the leader, okay? Follow the leader to what? That is your purpose, that's your calling, that is where it's to go. It's not the yellow brick road kind of a thing from The Wizard of Oz, all right? But this is stability. Who are you following? What are you following? It's like we were talking, my daughter and I were talking about society. She goes, I'm going to stop living my life for society, because that's not who I am. That's not the way I'm built. And I'm like, no, you're not. We're built individual. People are so afraid to go and step out of the box and be themselves. They have to follow what has been trained in their brain. But that's worldly. This is what I'm talking about. This is what the divine is talking about. The divine is saying, and this is future. This is planets, guys. This is for the next June, July, maybe August, but especially for June and July. He's wanting you to focus in. Where is your priority? Where is it? Are you thinking of the world? Are you thinking of society? Are you thinking of things that other people you matter? Or are you actually thinking of what the divine purpose is, the unseen, what the divine has for you, your goals? Divine has something specific for you and you only. You're an individual. Are you following him as far as the energies of where he's pushing you to and guiding you to and leading you to? Are you paying attention to those destiny dot to dots, or are you just flailing? When you're flailing, you're on the fence. You don't have a belief system. You don't know what to believe in. You don't know where to go. And that's where you have to really dig deep into this. And that's where this energy of the sadness, the number 9, comes this week, because somebody's on the fence and they're like, I just don't know what to believe in anymore. You can't believe in the world. I'm telling you right now, I've lived in both. And I will tell you now, the more you believe in the world, the more, I was going to say, effed up things get, but more messed up things get, because the world is like a freaking roller coaster and twist you and turn you and pull you and push you and go all over the place, where the divine is saying, trust in me, because it will be peaceful. I'll say it won't be real peaceful, because he's going to test you. how much faith you have in the unseen, how much you believe in his power, how much you believe in that. Okay, so that's the theme. That's just the theme. Sorry, guys. He's got me going for somebody. I don't know. But you've got 2 number 4s here for this week. And a number 9. Pay attention to where you want to go and who you are following. Okay? I mean, I was looking forward to building a relationship with this one person, and we had a very good, deep conversation this week. And unfortunately, you know, because I believe in what I do and I'm not worldly anymore, even though I compromise because I have to live in the world, they chose not to. You know, it's like, well, this is the way I am and this is how I am. And I don't judge anybody. I don't, you know, that is the way they are. That's the way it's supposed to be. However, it was disappointing because I was hoping to build that bond. But you have to remember, some people you are not going to be able to pull that together, because if you do, that is going to pull something together that is not going to last. Now, if the divine says, no, you guys just need to work on each other, yourselves a little bit, and I'm going to bring you together here again in a little bit, that is what's going to happen, because this, your first card out, guys, is the give and take. This is the 6 of Pentacles. This is a time where you have to really pay attention. If somebody is giving. Hello, welcome. Pencil sketches. Sorry, I butchered that, but welcome. But this give and take, this is really important. Again, please pay attention to this. Go back and watch this again if you have to, because this is it's a formation time. Remember, I told you in the beginning with the planets, we're all in a reset. This is a world reset. This is a cultural reset. In 100 years, they're going to look back at this when we're all gone, and they're going to say, wow, they had a major cultural reset in 2020, 2021. This is all the things that happened during a pandemic, along with the systemic issues and everything. This is a cultural reset. But we have to know our own way that we want to go. And so we have to be strong and do diligent in what we need for ourselves, so then we can project and love and give out whatever it is that we're designed on this earth to do. This is about give and take. The first card out, guys, this is energy. So somebody is literally taking way too much. And another person's noticing, gosh, everything you do, you know, I just give. And I'm tired of that. So maybe that person needs to step back onto the back burner in your life for a little while, so that you can, or you may have a very good conversation. Thank you. So that he's saying, have a good conversation to share that you're having these issues, that you seem to be giving. Because if this is a relationship, this definitely has to be a conversation saying, you know what, I feel like I'm always giving. This is the way you start a conversation out. Well, you just take. That's not the way to start out a conversation. The way to start out this conversation is, I feel right now that I'm just giving, and there's nothing coming back. Or, you know what, I just don't get as much as I give. And you never will. But if you're expecting, then you're doing it for the wrong reason. But if you don't have this conversation with someone, doesn't have to be a lover. This could be somebody at work. Maybe you're the one, and the coworker next to you is just sitting there, just twiddling his thumbs with it up his butt and sitting there getting paid for everything that you're hustling to do. Then this conversation needs to be taken with your boss, because this is Pentacles. Okay, this could be a work situation. I've been in this situation many times, and you know what? That's why I have a very strong voice to share that. You know what? This is not fair. This needs to be, you know, addressed. And can we really address this? And I had evidence and proof what this is going on and why this is going on. You don't go in there and say, well, they're just sitting there and have no proof. You don't do that. You sit there and you have some proof. Say, I did this project, I did this. What did they do? Because you may not even see what they're doing, and they may be having different jobs. And then your mind starts getting twisted a little bit. So pay attention to that. But this is also for a love relationship, a friend relationship. This is also for marriage. This is for family. This is for anything. All right. Pay attention to that. All right. Because it is creating something. I like the way this center card is saying sad embrace, because it's not saying depressed embrace, anxiety embrace. We all get sad for a minute. We all get sad for a minute. So really pay attention to that. And if you get sad for a minute, that's fine. You know, we all get sad for a minute. And we have to do that in order to become stronger and begin to question what it is that we really want, desire, love, care for, prioritize, quote unquote, in our life. Because a lot of people don't even realize. I was talking to somebody and I said, do you realize that when you do this or you say this a lot, that it's sort of devaluing to a woman? And they're like, well, I would never want to do that. And I'm like, well, think about how you say it. It might be not be what you're saying, but it's how you're saying it. And they're like, oh, wow. Because as opposite sex, we do not understand sometimes the languages, even though we both speak English. Sometimes the way that we present it is in the wrong way, even though it's not intended to be that way. And then it's taken the wrong way because women are very emotional. So pay attention to how you articulate. Okay, so again, we have to pay attention to this give and take, this balance. We're looking for balance. Number 4 is balance. We got 2 number 4s: balance, stability, foundation, core. That's what we're looking for. We're needing to be really insightful to this, whoever this is. I think this is a lot of the signs. However, somebody is being insightful, but they're missing something because you're trying to juggle too many things at one time. When we multitask, we screw ourselves over. I hate to say that, and I used to be a master multitasker, but because we cannot focus in on one thing, okay? So oh my God, okay, hang on a second. We got somebody that needs to go. All right. All right. Sorry about that, guys, but I need to report him and need to block them. All right. So let's keep going. We don't want any negative energies in here, all right? No negative energies. So what you're doing is you're actually multitasking, and then you're not able to focus in on the one thing. Again, the number 4 is about focusing in on one thing. Okay, so we want to be able to focus in on that. So somebody's doing too many things at one time, and you're missing it because you can't hear your intuition. The reason why you need to really turn around and focus in on the number 4 and your core is because the balance is off. So when the balance is off, you're looking at also the number 6 for the 6 of Pentacles, which is about your harmony improvement. We're looking for that balance, but the balance is off because somebody's doing way too much. So it's like retract, put something on the back burner, because you can't hear your intuition because you're so distracted with too many things. And you have to be really, really honest with yourself. Okay, time to be honest with yourself. Sometimes we lie to ourselves, and we even talk ourselves into that lie to believe it. So what I mean by that is, I really don't, I really like to do that. In all honesty, maybe you don't. And then you talk yourself into, it's okay, I'll keep doing it, when that's really not you. You're just doing it for somebody, for whatever, for recognition or for whatever it is. So really pay attention to what you are doing, because somebody's focus is way off because you got too many things going on. And you know what? I used to do that. And in fact, my daughter reminded me when I started doing tarot, she goes, Mom, you've got your travel agency going on. You've got leather going on. Now you're doing tarot. Tarot is my hobby. Tarot is what I do for fun. Tarot is what the divine has asked me to do, to teach. So that's my fun thing. She goes, but it's still too much. You're trying to slow down. And she's right. So I had to go back and rethink and pray and meditate and ask divine, what is it that you want me to do? Because my stability was going off. My number 4s were just going to number 5s. And then everything creates a cycle of not being able to slow down, see, and see things clearly. And I wasn't listening to my intuition. I wasn't listening to my intuition. I was hearing it, but I wasn't listening to it. Do you know the difference? Okay. Hearing is where it basically, you hear it, it goes in here, and then it goes out. Whereas listening is you're paying attention to it. Okay, what is it telling me? What is it saying to me? What information do I need to take from this, and then move on? So that is the intuition part, but that's, you got to listen to your intuition, and then you act on your intuition. So if something says, don't go over there, don't do that, don't get involved with that person, and you do it anyway, you didn't listen to intuition. And intuition, you basically just said F you to the divine, and F you to anything that you told me to protect me or take care of me, and just said, you know what, I don't trust in what you are giving me. I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's, oh my gosh, here we go again. I'm clarifying, and I got 2 number 6s. Balance is way off on somebody, way off. So you got 2 number 6s, okay? So this is talking, 2 number 6s is talking about your harmony and imbalance, or improvement. What is it that you need to improve? Because you're making your own self sad. Again, number 9, this is the number 9. And we're talking about the planets. When we're talking about June and July coming up here, these are the planets. These are powerful things to go, especially I think it's Saturn, where it's pulling us inward to really think about. For somebody, it's thinking about their existence. What am I here for? What do I want to do? What is my purpose? What is my calling? What do I have a passion for? Am I following that passion? Am I motivated? Why am I demotivated? This is the planets. This is Saturn and Mercury and Pluto all working together to think about that. All right. Pay attention to that, because somebody's balance is off. And they're not paying attention because if we have 2 of these 6s, and then we have the hangman, that's insight. The hangman's about insight. It's about, again, paying attention, the intuition. Okay, pay attention. Because something is missing, because we have the 8 of Cups. Somebody's like just missing it by a hair. It's like you're almost there, but you're just like, it's on the tip of your tongue kind of a thing. But just be patient. Be patient. Listen to that intuition, and you're going to have an aha moment. Somebody's going to have a big aha moment. Yeah, definitely. I can't make this stuff up. Queen of Wands. You're going to get a message. You're going to hear it. You're going to see it. You're going to witness it. And it's going to come just like that. Just like that. All right. All right. Let's see what else we have going here for you guys. Holy Toledo. I am going to do wealth, health, and love at the end here real quick. Divine, can I get more clarification? I'd like to do more clarification on this number 9. I'm looking at the number 9, praying at the same time, and asking about the number 9. I got another number 9. Okay, this number 9 is the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is about the process. This is about working hard through the process, paying attention to what you're doing, paying attention to what your mindset is, paying attention to what it is that you want and desire, because your rewards come. They will come. With that hard work, everything will come at the end for what you ever want. Because we're always promised the fruits of our efforts, the fruits of our work. We also get the fruits of anything that we work hard at. Now, fruits, to some people are like, what is she talking about? Fruits, rewards, blessings, however you want to call it. Because when we work hard at something and we do our due diligence to follow through, again, we got the number 6 here in Pentacles in balance. We got Pentacles in the 2 of Pentacles. We've got also the Ace of Swords and the Hangman. The thing is, what we're doing is we're working towards that goal, and at the very end, we get that reward, whatever it is. But if you go and you start doing it and you poop out, like we were talking a lot, if you've watched your readings this last month in May, we talk a lot about the tortoise and the hare, because that's what the planets are talking about. If you are in this race and you poop out like the hare did and take a rest, taking a rest is okay, but he wasn't mindful of setting an alarm clock, say, I'm going to take just a 5-minute rest and then I'm going to keep going. No, he just said, hey, I'm going to take a rest. That tortoise is really slow. He actually didn't understand the persistence and the resilience of the tortoise because the tortoise kept going where he did the sprint. So here is the thing. When we work with the 9, we got 2 9s here, guys, 2 4s. This is about your progress in sticking with whatever you're doing, and you keep going, and then you keep going, and yeah, he got blocked. Ha ha. Yeah, sorry, I had to block somebody during this reading. But the 9s keep going, and they get to their goal, and they get that reward. Okay, so but the hare didn't because he stopped. He got lazy. He didn't decide, oh, well, you know what? I'm a little tired. I'll take a break, and we do not understand the heart of what other persons have, and they'll surpass you and they'll get the reward. So the whole thing about all what I'm talking about with this is that, oh, and we got again. Man, we got doubles all over the place. We've got the 8 of Cups. Okay. And that the number 8 is about rewards. So the thing is, keep going. Even when you're possibly tired a little bit, just keep going. Keep that resilience. Keep that persistence going. And just keep that end result in your mind foremost. Because somebody is at the point where they just want to give up. Welcome from Singapore, Samuel. Welcome. So somebody is at the point where they just want to give up. They're at that hair point where they're going to take a break. Only they're not going to take a break. They're going to stop. And the thing is, with that, then you could be just a sliver away from the reward, and you've lost out just because you just didn't push yourself just a little bit more. This is about growing your stability. This is about growing your foundation. If you're just popping in, you got to go back and watch the beginning, because this is about the number 4s. This is about the number 6 in numerology. This is about stability and balance and getting somewhere, because in June or July, these are where you're supposed to be focusing on working towards. So if you have something new coming, please don't give up on it. I don't know what it is. Oh, I'm on the end. Sorry. I've got one more. Okay, let's see. Divine. No, okay. Yeah, love it. I can't make this stuff up. So the Sun, your rewards. This is where you actually make it. This is where you actually hit the mark. This is where you say, you know what? This hard work was worth it. I've got my fruit. I got my rewards. I got my goals. This is where it is going to matter. Okay, this is where it is that somebody's going to come up to you and say, wow, I want to be like you. I want to have that perseverance. I want to have that. But you showed stability. You showed grounding. You showed your core foundations, what you're made of, your integrity. I don't know who this is for, but this is sort of like a coaching thing. There's somebody that is so low that wants to quit, that this is the thing for you, because no, you don't quit because you're growing. This is where you're going to grow. This is where the grunt and the grit and everything is going through. This is where you work hard. This is where you persevere. You're not the hare, you're the tortoise, and you keep moving forward. This is not a sprint. This is to the end of the race. This is to get what you want, what you desire, and where you go. Holy crap, is he got me going. Woo, I feel like I'm back in the gym days. When I used to personal train people, come on, you can do it. You can go. Come on, we can do it. One more set, one more rep. Oh my gosh, he's got me going. Woo! I don't know what got into me today. Okay, so let's go to health, or let's go to wealth. We're going to do wealth first. Health, real quick, do a quick summary what the planets are saying and where we go, okay? But man, I don't know what's going on today. He's got me pumped up. Pump it up. I'll get back into my bodybuilding days here. Oh my gosh. I need that motivation though. I've been sort of down lately. I think the anesthesia from this surgery really has got me messed up for motivation, and just I don't know. It's weird. It's really that, or the divine said, okay, while she's under anesthesia, let's do this. Poof, and I'm like, wow, okay. It's been a really interesting healing process. Okay, so now I've got the health card out. The health card is the 6 of Wands. Okay. Now the health, or excuse me, the wealth. I'm doing wealth first. Wealth with the W, wealth. So your wealth is about your, could be your finances. It could be what you want, what you desire. But when you're talking about wealth, what is it that is the most important thing to you? You have to prioritize like the top two things or three things. I would even say just the top two, because it takes so much energy to even do one. So what is it wealth to you? Is it love and family? Is it money? Is it house? What is it? Is it a worldly wealth? Is it is a spiritual wealth, meaning love, compassion, growth, that kind of a thing? What is that wealth to you? Because somebody's really sort of fighting, or they don't know it. Again, somebody is not balanced in their wealth. I think somebody doesn't even know what their wealth is, or what their value is, or what they need, because we're talking about your integrity, the number 4 and everything. So pay attention to what that is to you. So if you're like, well, I don't understand what she's talking about. Okay, what is your bucket list? In a young person, that would be, what are your goals? What do you want to do in life? And then for somebody older, we're going to say, what's your bucket list? You just say, because we've done already so many things, what else would you like to do? What is your accomplishments? What do you want to leave your lineage? What do you want to say, hey, I want them to remember me by this? That's what wealth is. So somebody's just not really thought about it, and because they're so busy with everything else going on here, multitasking, they just don't take the time. They're not taking the time. It's time to do that. It's sort of like time to do a self-assessment. All right. Yes, 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 yes. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so we're going to go to health. Okay, health. This is beautiful because we ended with the sun. We have the sun. Oops, my daughter, sorry. I thought I turned that down. But we moved to the sun, and the sun is about exposure. The sun is also about, when it comes to health, it is about bringing your health to the top of what it is, exposing anything that you might think that is going on with your body. And your mind is your body. Your brain is a functioning organ in your body. So you have to think about that as well. And it just seems like this last month, the divine is really talking about the processing, the brain, and taking care of it, and making sure it's healthy, making sure that it's getting enough oxygen, that it's getting enough nutrients. I don't know what it is for everybody, as far as like your nutrients and your exercise, your blood flow and things like that. So really paying attention to what it is that gets your heart pumping and moving. Now, in America, we would say aerobics or cardio. We really want to do that. Get your heart pumping, because that's going to, if he's talking about the brain, we need all that oxygen to go, that good blood flow. We need all that kind of stuff, because this is something about the brain this month. I don't know what it is. However, for us who are getting older, it's really important to keep training your brain, to keep, questioning your brain. That keeps chemicals going. So for those of everybody who has phones, which I know everybody has phones, it seems like, even when I lived in, or not lived in Africa, but when I went to Africa, for a very, very poor, I went to a very poor third world country, almost everybody had a phone. And almost everybody had a phone. They might not have had, running water or whatever, but they had a phone. So take that phone and keep, doing a mental game, a game for your mind. Just do that, like a word game or whatever it is in your language. Do a word game. Keep your brain functioning and going. But for your body, make sure that you are out there moving, whatever it is. Walk, 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 walk. And if you're not able to walk, chair exercises. Somebody out there is disabled or cannot functionally move. I understand that. I've got a knee replacement. Walk, or not walk, but do chair exercises. Lift your arms, try to move your legs, move your body, whatever you can do. But this is really good. This is going to be really, really good for your mind. I see somebody actually growing and getting more energy from this. So I see somebody that really needs a lot of energy. Somebody is really drained. And I think it's drained because of your thinking process here. So we're going to go to love and relationships, and that is the world. Oh, before I forget, because this is the number 21, it is also the number 3, acknowledging this. got to really acknowledge your health and pay attention to it. Okay. We also have the 21 for the world. Pay attention to what is going on with you in your relationships. And it's not about you in your relationship. It's about that other person's perspective, because it's an unconditional love is what we're geared for, is unconditional love. And the way we can do that is through communication. And how do we have good communication? By understanding somebody else, their perspective, their understandings, their journey, because we already know ours. So we need to understand them and be open to that love, because the world is all different types of cultures, all different ways of thinking, all different kinds of mind processes. Again, we want to get to that balance. And the only way we are going to do that, and the way that the divine has been showing me over and over and over and pounding this into my head for the last month, is perspective, perspective, perspective. And the problem is that most of us in our communications with our loved ones, whether this be sexual or intimate or whatever, is all about communication and the other's perspective. If I'm going to date somebody, I'm going to get their perspective first, because I ain't going to lay on my back for nobody unless I know that that's exclusive, that's monogamous, that kind of a thing. So I need to get their perspective, not mine, because I need to know where they're headed and where they're going. If they want a booty call, I'm not the one for them. Those kind of things. You have to understand the other person's perspective before you actually get involved with them. Or you could end up unhappy. You could end up, so maybe this is why somebody's in a sad embrace, that somebody laid on their back too soon and somebody left, and now they don't understand what's going on, that kind of a thing. That's definitely a coaching thing we would want to go through. However, this relationship that somebody's having out there definitely is about understanding, getting their perspective, because that's going to open up a door, that's going to open stability. And this is what the divine is saying. It will squash this sadness, because you'll have clarity. Whenever we go and we try to get to the depth of something, we get clarity. This is the planets, guys. This is the retrogrades. This is the full moon. This is the lunar eclipse coming up on the 26th. This is huge. Well, and some of the retrogrades are happening, I think the 28th, 29th. Anyway, this is about finding out and get clarity. This is about, and that's your love and relationships this week. All right. Leos, there is a lot of energies coming up this week. If there's any conflicting, if there's like a energy like, man, I just feel like I need to do something, I need to move, I just have this anxiety inside me. This is the planets. Be ready for it. And just know that maybe this is why they're talking about move, because to get that chemistry changed, you've got to move to get it out. No matter how you do that. All right. So hopefully this was helpful to you. Don't forget the big thing here that they want you, that the divine and whoever's on the other side want you to focus on is, what leader are you following? Are you following the earth and the world and the first dimension and everything materialistic that you can see? Or are you actually focusing in on the divine, your purpose, your calling, that will bring you more peace, more love, more joy, more calmness? Tell you, I've been in both worlds, guys. I've been living in both worlds, but I have chosen to live in more of the second dimensional, more of the spiritual realm, because I cannot say more than anything that it is about peace and balance and love. And it is amazing when you get there. It is amazing. Not saying that there's not going to be some sadness, but you know what? That sadness is like this level compared to way up above your head, sinking like you're trying to keep your nose above water. You will never do that anymore, because there's a whole different perspective. Maybe that's what he keeps talking about this month. So anyway, Samuel, so what about the middle that wants stability? What you need to do is, if you want stability, you have to make a choice on one side or the other. That's how you grow stability, is making a decision on one side and then going with that and staying with that and believing in that and trusting in that. And then you begin to pull from the second dimension. So for example, if I ask divine, I need to make a decision on something, and I say, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm on the fence about it, but should I do it? Should I not do it? So then I make a choice of what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for it. Now, the thing is, I've made that choice. Now I'm going to keep telling the divine or asking the divine, okay, I've done this choice. If this is in your will, if this is what you want for me, then move. And if it's not, he'll make it hard. If it's hard, then you need to be making it go away. The reason why I had this experience when I bought my company. Okay, I did not want to do it. I was on the fence. I wasn't a business owner. I was working a normal job. I was a broke single mother. I'm like, man, you know, I kept getting pushed. I felt this supernatural push to buy this company. And I'm like, I don't have the money. I don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. But it kept pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing until I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know. Till finally I just said, fine. I'm going to go on this side of the fence. If you want me to buy this company and you keep pushing, if something's keeping pushing you to do something and it's going to bring you to a higher level, you do it. Because when he kept pushing and I said, fine, I'm seriously, one day I just said, fine, okay, but you're going to have to make it happen. And I'm not joking. As soon as I made that decision, things began to move. From in a less than a week, I had my business plan, I had funding going on, I had everything going on, and boom, 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 boom. And then all of a sudden I owned a company in less than a year. Broke single mom, no education of entrepreneurship. All of a sudden the doors just opened. So, but I was the one holding it back because I was sitting on the fence too long. But you got to have that trust that he's going to move it. Or you got to be trustful to listen if this is the way to go. This is big with relationships. If the divine if you say, okay, is this the person that I'm supposed to be with? Or is this the person that you brought to me? If this is not the person that you brought to me, take them away. I'll tell you, in the last 2 months, I've had this happen with 2 different people. Divine, if this is you, take this person away. If this isn't you, take this person away. With less than a day, they were gone. So you have to trust in the supernatural. You have to trust in the divine. You have to trust in the energies or whatever you believe in, because divine is energy, all power energy, and we are energy, but there is something that we cannot explain. There is something that we don't understand because we can't have that brain mindset. We're just too limited. However, intuition tells you, your voices in your head tell you, it's just you fight that. Your earthly head fights that. So that's what I say about stability. And once you actually get to do that once or twice, and the divine, you trust in it, and it starts to work, and you see it work and flow, and you see it work again and it flows, then you become actually connected to divine. And now you can really pay attention and have conversations with the divine and your intuition and everything else. And it becomes a telephone. It's amazing. This happened to me way back in 91 when I let it flow, and I was like blown away, and I was given premonitions, and I was given all kinds of stuff. And I was like, wow, this is amazing. But you have to respect it. It's not to be psychic. I'm not a psychic. I am intuitional. I am a human being, and everybody has intuition. All right. Wow, this has gone on way too long. However, hopefully this helped somebody out there, because this is why he has me do this. When he puts it in, and then that's what he does. So hopefully, Samuel, if you're still on, I hope that helped. Definitely. We all are in this boat together, but we all are spiritual beings more than we are worldly beings. But we have that free choice to live more worldly than we do spiritually. I choose to live more spiritually bound than earthly bound. So, all right. So you guys, just a reminder, dailies again are every day, Monday through Friday. I do have a reading coming up on the full moon on the 26th. I'm probably going to, I don't know, it's going to be between 10 and 12 Pacific time here in the United States. I'm going to post that later today. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll know when I post that. I'll post the thumbnail for that. It's just I've had to do a ton of research because we've got so many things going on with the planets. But I will be doing a full moon, and it'll be live. You can interact and come and talk and whatever, ask questions, tell me where you're from. And again, as anything, you can always ask questions like, Samuel, I appreciate that. And I'll answer it at the end, so that if people don't want to listen to it, they can go on after the reading's done. But I will do the astrology part first, then I will go to a reading if you are brand new. Yeah, Divine Warrior Intuitive Channel. Yeah. And there is divinewarriorintuitive.com as well. You can go there. There is just more about teaching, what you can get, coaching, book a session, that kind of stuff, and the different kind of things that I do. Yeah, definitely. Oh, sorry, I missed that first part, Felix. Yeah, you have to do Divine Warrior Intuitive, and I think that should pop up. Okay, so a lot of people, I don't know if they're doing it right, because I think there is somebody else that does Divine Intuitive or Divine something, Divine Warrior or something like that. Okay, what did I say wrong? What did I do wrong? And I think the links are down below. Light. I think light. I'm just learning about this light and dark stuff. That's funny that you asked that, because my daughter was just telling me about light or dark. And I was like, huh? It's funny that you say that. But I think light. Yeah. Oh, light. Definitely. Never go dark. If dark starts to come in, I have to block it, because it's very easy to get distracted and not know if it's light or dark, especially if you're new listening to the divine, because you will get used to divine's voice. Definitely. You will definitely know if if the lower vibrations are trying to trick you, because it's sort of like when you talk to one of your friends and you know how they talk. Okay, this is good. I'm glad you asked. So how you know is, if you're talking to one of your friends that you've known for a while, say you're texting them and you know how they text, maybe they slip a word in like the letter U instead of YOU. You get to know how they are and how they talk. But then maybe somebody grabs their phone and starts texting you, and it's sort of weird. It's like, I don't think this is the same person texting, and then maybe you talk to that person, on the phone or something, say, hey, did you text me this? And they're like, no, oh crap, so-and-so was over and they grabbed my phone and probably texted you. A lot of that happens when we have a lot of angry boyfriend, girlfriend kinds of thing. Oh, who's this? Who's this? I'm going to find out who's this. Who is this? But you play it like you don't know them. Yeah. So that's how you know, because when you start to know the divine's way of communicating with you, you're going to go, okay. And then if the dark comes in, then you're going to know, don't you distract me. Not today, Satan. People say that, not today, Satan. You'll know and get distracted, right? So you know that that's not the way the divine works. And the other way that you know that it is not the divine and the light energy is that whatever you are hearing is not for love, not for compassion, not for caring, anything like that. If it's something like somebody says, yeah, well, you should go tell them that, say, for example, I saw something on somebody's phone that they're married and they're looking at porn or something like that, and the other spouse doesn't know, and they've got a girlfriend or something, and then I've got this little thing in my head saying, you need to go tell the wife that. You need to go tell the wife that. That is not divine, because that is causing destruction, confusion. That is a low vibrational energy saying you need to go tell them. No, divine would never do that, because the divine will actually show them when it's right for their growing, their learning, and their lifting up. So you will know, because it's more for destructive, more for confusion, more for not lifting somebody up. Okay. So hopefully that helped. Maybe somebody else had that same question that didn't know that as well. So hopefully that helped as well. All right. Because that is a really big confusion. So I have that video out there, how to talk to divine and ask your questions. If you haven't seen that video, it's on the playlist or under the videos thing. You're welcome, Felix. But a lot of people do not know how to talk to divine, have never talked to divine, or like you. It's like, well, how do I know? And that's one thing I might have mentioned in that video. I'm going to do another one about talking to divine 2.0, because there is a lot of elements to understanding that you're talking to the right spirits, or even the right, because you'll get other spirits that want to come through too, especially if you're learning your abilities, and you have to know if they're a spirit of the light or spirit of the dark. And you definitely do not want to let anything in of the dark. And that's why I talk about cleansing. Maybe I should do a video on cleansing, because a lot of people think, okay, I have sage back here, I have frankincense, but I use that to, you know, bring a nice air to my room, kind of a thing. But when it comes to cleansing, I don't need to use those. I cleanse with the divine. The divine is powerful. This is not powerful. Somebody can take that and turn that to the dark, just like tarot. Somebody takes it and turns it to the dark. This is not what tarot, if you look at the history of tarot, it is not dark. It is of the light. If you really look at the history of tarot, it is of the light. But humans have twisted it and made it of dark. So, but the thing is, that is sort of a first dimensional. Okay, he put herbs and things and crystals and all that kind of, that's first dimensional. I go second dimensional. I've had spirits, I've had poltergeists, I have to have that stuff. But I had to go and grab divine and say, I need you to help me clear these out, because I need your protection to help me clear these out. And let me tell you, I got goosebumps, because I have cleared spirits out. And you don't want to mess with the dark. You don't want to mess with the dark. Okay. The dark is, the funny thing about the dark, they're not as powerful as the divine and the light. They think they are, but they're not. So anyway, I hope this helped. It went long, but I'm glad to do that. That's what I'm here for, to do a reading. And that's why I do them at the end, so people can listen, or if it helps them. And if you do listen, then it was meant for you. So I hope that helped. And then I hope you guys come back on the 26th for the full moon reading. And then also to look at the dailies. I really enjoy doing the dailies, but they do take time and energy and a lot of prayer and meditation. And these are the divine cards that come up. But don't forget to hit the likes, because now on these 1 minute shorts, they're called 1 minute shorts. YouTube is really, really watching these. They're really, really paying attention to these, because this is something that they're developing here in the United States. And it's supposed to help us creators grow our channel a little bit quicker. But I don't know if that's true or not. So that's why I'm doing that. But I also enjoy doing them. So you guys have a great, great day. And please come see me again. Subscribe, hit the bell. Take care. Thanks, Felix. Good questions. Really, really good. Yeah, don't ever hesitate to ask. All right. All right. Take care, everybody.